Isn't that funny?
All right. I think we are just about live through this 12-step process. All right. We are there.
Isn't that funny?
Okay. We're live. Clydesdale.
Hey.
The Clydesdale Fitness and Friends podcast is now live on YouTube. So first of all, thank you for joining us tonight. And we want to thank our sponsors, RX Smart Gear. Amy, why do you like RX Smart Gear?
Speaking of, I did double unders today, and you know what I need? A new rope. But you know who's not allowed to buy a new rope yet, even though I get a discount? This girl. Only because I've been told to hold any spending money right now because we're buying other people's presents. So as soon as I can, I'm going to use my Clydesdale all caps 15 and get 15% off of my new jump rope.
There you go.
And you have the
old school Julie Fouché.
I do. And I tried somebody's Evo rope and it is fast. It really is fast. Here's the only part I didn't like. If you miss, it hurts. It's been a long time since I've missed, like just like a big miss, and it was like, oh, that hurts.
Yeah.
So
we also have a partner, Element 26. They are so innovative. They cannot keep the medical grade super glue in stock to fix those rips when you're doing pull-ups. So if you see it in stock, make sure you grab it at element26.co. They also have grips. They have barbell clips. They have belts. I think they're doing a special belt sale right now. And their belts are very, very cool. They actually clip into place with a quick release and Velcro as well. So it's kind of got double enforced. So you're not doing that like when you're lift squatting and you push out with your stomach and the Velcro pops off and the belt flies off. You don't have that with these belts because they are securely fastened and give you more to push against when you're doing that squat. So check them out, element26.co. Tell you the Clydesdale and Friends sent them. All right. So Amy just flashed us into the camera.
Sorry, Murph's getting into his Christmas present. I have to go move it. Hold on.
He's ready.
Hey.
So Charlie, we've got Dubai coming up.
Yes, we do. Matter of days.
Yeah. Going live this weekend over in Dubai. It's going to be fun. Get to watch some live CrossFit on the streams. You guys excited?
I placed my picks on the fantasy.
You did?
I did.
I have not. I'll do that.
Yeah, I got mine out there too. So speaking of which, there's some interesting people competing over there. First, what I want to see is who do you think's going to win? And if you need to know who's competing, I actually have it on my phone here. Let's go women first. And the big ones are Sarah Sigmundsdottir, Laura Horvath, Kristen Holta, Sam Briggs, Gabby Magala, Emma Carey, Emily Rolfe, Michaela Norman, Rebecca Vidison, Andrea Nisler, Emma Lawson, Karen Frey, Turi Helgadottir, Julie Hogard Nielsen, Jacqueline Dahlstrom, Elke Gilfadottir, and a couple others.
Yeah, I'm going Kristen or Laura, but I'm going to give it to Kristen. I want Kristen to have it.
Charlie, what do you got?
I think Laura's going to be hard to beat, but my dark horse is Andrea Nisler.
Dude, we're of the same mind. I was going to say the exact same thing. Laura to win, my dark horse is Andrea Nisler.
I don't think people realize how good she actually is.
Because she never competes individual. And the year she was forced to because they canceled the teams, she finished top 10 at the games.
And she was at an event that Kat was judging, and won that event.
She
That
did.
Daniel Brandon was at.
The fittest
Some big
experience
names.
last year.
That's the one.
Yeah. Yeah, she's something else. I'm with Amy too, though. I think Kristen Holta, I think this is her last, right? Her
Yeah.
last individual competition. So I think she's going to go out guns a-blazing.
I
The
do
thing
too.
that scares me about Dubai is they usually get heavy at some point.
Yeah, I agree. That's my hesitation, but I want it for her. So
So I think Gabby Magala is also in the running there too.
for sure.
So we'll see there, but
I think so too. And I'm excited to watch Sarah just to see what she can do.
yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how far she's come back.
Yeah.
Still pretty impressive, less than a year out from ACL surgery to be competing in a major competition.
Yeah.
All right, what do you think on the men's side?
I think Ricky's coming guns blazing.
Well, that would be good for our show
It would be.
because we are lined up to interview Ricky and Justin, his coach, after Dubai. It'll probably be about a week after when they get back to Vegas.
Yeah.
And we're going to do a long sit down with them. So that'll be fun to talk to Ricky after his first competition back and see how the relationship between him and Justin is going. But there's also, I think Jeffrey Adler is, he had a solid performance at Rogue. If he builds on that in Dubai, I think he could have another podium finish, if not win it. I would say Lazar Jukic, but again, if they go heavy, he's in that like Kristen Holta arena.
Sure.
Charlie, what do you got?
Well, I think you can't, since no one's ever really seen Krennikov in competition.
Is he real?
Against anyone. I think he's someone that needs to be worried about. And I thought Zach George was Willie Gorgeous. I'm talking about two different people.
Yeah, you are.
One of them's not going. One of them's French and is going, who is coming off of surgery as well. I think he's got a good shot also. Willie's.
So if it's
our
heavy,
co-host is actually giving us input on YouTube.
oh yeah,
She says, don't count out Emma Carey.
don't count out. Yeah,
Don't count out Emma Carey.
sure.
And our friend Sprinkle says Ricky's going to burn out.
We'll find out. Sprinkles, you're in Jamaica. Go back to living the Jamaica life.
He's not gonna
Aren't you
burn
supposed
out.
to be on
He's
the
so good.
beach with a cocktail?
That's why he's
So-
talking like that, because he's talking crazy.
Hey, if it's heavy, Tola might do some work.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the fun part of the weekend, if they go heavy, is Tola versus Bronislav Olinkowicz.
Good for you practicing that spelling or pronunciation.
I think to see them go toe to toe with the big weights would be a very fun sight to see.
Yeah. And
What
with
do you think,
Roman.
Charlie?
Do what?
What do you think, Charlie? Bronislav versus Tola.
I gotta go
Big-
Tola because for America,
Big weights?
gotta go Tola.
Yeah, but
Okay.
okay, yeah. Okay.
Yes, I know.
So Kat's going Roman Krennikov on this side. And Sprinks toasted us with an empty glass.
Thanks so much, Spriggs.
Who was Kat's female?
She said Emma Carey.
Oh,
Yeah, I think Emma Carey in a year or two is going to be the odds-on favorite at a lot of these. I don't think she's there quite yet.
No, but I feel like every big comp she does is another awesome rep under her belt.
I agree. I think she's just figuring out competition pace.
Totally.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I think it's going to be fun. Dubai always comes up with those unique events. One thing that has been announced is there will be no swimming at Dubai for the first time in like 8 years. And they are going to use an indoor ski facility for one of the events. Now, I don't foresee CrossFitters skiing, but that could be interesting as like a hill to climb or something
Run
of that
up.
nature. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with it, but that's kind of the rumor that's out there. They always come up with the crazy events. They're the inventors of the acid bath that has become so famous over the years. The desert runs through the sand and the dunes. So yeah, I'm excited about it.
Fast forward a hair to Wadapalooza. I'm excited that Annika Greer is going to get to compete in Wadapalooza because she hasn't gotten to come do any competition
That's
live.
true. And she is a close friend of the show. She has been working at Move Fast Lift Heavy this week with Christian Harris, doing some stuff there in New York City. So it's been fun kind of seeing her daily training as she's getting to do things like pegboards that she hasn't had a chance to do and things like that, and competing with those top tier athletes. And on our show, she said she was going to Vegas, right? At some point.
She did say that.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
I missed that. I was not on that episode, but I listened to it on a flight back from Austin.
She did say she's going to spend a week with our friend Justin and the girls,
Okay.
Matt, just to see where she's at.
Yeah.
Another friend of the program.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we got lots of friends these days. So that's Dubai. I know that's this weekend. We'll do that. Kat actually just was in San Diego for the Legends Masters competition. That was fun. I talked to Susan Newman today, and she said that they ran into Kat out there in San Diego, and it was fun to get to catch up with her. I don't know how Kat's athlete did. I was hoping she'd be on, but she's a little bit under the weather tonight. So for our audience, that's why Kat is not on, and she's just typing into the chat box, which you all can do as well. But it was cool. My physical therapist, I didn't even know, made it to the Legends event. And then I saw her post on Instagram of her competing. She took 11th, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And Charlie knows her because he was going to her big, whatever company
Facility.
firm. Yeah. Well, their facility is different CrossFit gyms in the city.
Yeah.
But he went to somebody else under their umbrella.
Yes. They're good. They're good at what they do. She's good. She's a good athlete.
Yeah, she is. I've worked out with her a couple times. She does the noon class at Polaris every once in a while. She's actually a member at Grandview, but she does a noon class every once in a while. And she's usually done sitting on the box while I'm still on like round 3 of 7.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of other fitness, let's talk about our fitness people. What kind of fitness you guys getting in?
Well, I'm having back surgery in about 43 hours.
Okay.
42 hours, something like that. I don't know. And so I have actually been winding down this week. I have not lit it up because I want to go in as healthy as possible for this so that I'm healthy coming out the other side. But yeah, I'm excited.
So can you bike or do anything like that to move?
I actually did some walking Sunday and yesterday. I didn't do anything today, I'll admit, because I do not feel well as well.
You know what makes you feel better?
Movement.
Yep, you're right. How did you know? Charlie, you hear that
I moved.
today?
And I turned my feet off the bed and onto the floor.
Yeah, because you
Movements.
were signed up for my class and then you weren't.
I was, and then I wasn't because it was waitlisted, and I don't like to wait.
So that brings up a point. So how big of a problem is it that you have people signing up for a class and they cancel?
What do you mean? Like, what does that do to the other members of the class? Or are you saying like, what is that? What,
I'm just asking if it's a problem, that like a frequent problem.
I would, for this individual in particular that we're discussing.
No, just overall. No, overall as a coach.
He's not like you. He's a
Uh,
shummy.
Here's what I would say. I would rather somebody cancel versus not show up. Because if you cancel, there's at least an opportunity, if there is a wait list, that somebody else can show up. If you don't show up, I do assume something is wrong. And I have been known to FaceTime people in the beginning of the class. And Charlie has
true.
been on the receiving end and just doesn't answer. But actually, what I like about it, and actually the feedback I get, is that people know that I will do that. And so they know that I'm going to hold them accountable. So most people, I would say, actually kind of like it, even though they act like they don't, because it holds them accountable. But I also think that it lets athletes know that I noticed, like if you're not there, you know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm looking around. Or even if an athlete hasn't signed up for a while, I might reach out because I'm like, hey, where you been? But mostly,
Yes.
so yeah.
The reason I ask is CrossFit Polaris has implemented a policy that if you're a late cancel or you don't show up, they have the right to fine you a fee for not showing up, because their morning classes are so busy that people lose the opportunity to work out because someone didn't show up.
Yeah,
and it's happening so frequently that it's like I think it's a $30 fine.
Well, that should motivate people.
It's the Orange Theory method.
Oh.
Yeah. And if it becomes a repeated issue, then they have the right to revoke your membership.
Well, that's setting a clear boundary and a clear line. For me, and I have a few people that are consistently late, but I would also rather have somebody be late and show up than not come at all. I wouldn't say it's as big as that problem, but I would say that people who I've noticed who maybe do it frequently, I have reached out to and just had a conversation. Hey, dude, like when this happens, then it takes away the opportunity from somebody else. So please consider your other community members. So I don't feel that it's gotten to the point of setting a hard and fast fee for it. But Charlie, what were you going to say about from the other side?
Is you kind of know who's not going to show up at this point.
Yeah.
So I can look at the list and go, okay, well, they're not coming. They're not coming. So I'll be in. So it's fine. So that's a problem. Don't sign up when everyone knows you're not coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just was curious if it was just the same. It was just as big a problem for you guys as it was for them. Because I don't go to those classes, but we got an email that this was a new policy.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have some peak class times. So I would say our biggest peak class times are 6:15 a.m., 4:15 p.m., and 5:30 p.m. And so those three classes are most likely the waitlisted classes. And so I think it's just having direct conversations with people. But at this point would be my perspective.
And on a lighter note, Sprinkle says he's moving by walking from the beach to the pool, back to the beach this week.
Okay, great. When does he come home? And does he know we're fighting?
He probably does not know you're fighting
Okay.
because he is out of communication.
And
with
see,
the
that was
United
part of the
States.
fight. Now, it wasn't part of the fight until I knew he was out of the country. And then it became part of the fight because he specifically never told me he was going to Jamaica. That's a problem for a friendship, I think.
What are you, his mother?
Nope, I'm his accountability partner. Just like yours.
So, Kat, you were able to join us. Are you feeling better?
Hi, I'm here. Well, I've just been all over the county today at the gym waiting for my dad's movers to show up and in between there. So I was on the road when I was typing. Well, yes, I was on the road while I was commenting on YouTube. And my computer died, so I grabbed it, and I missed you guys. I wanted to say hi.
Tell us how your trip was.
Hi.
How'd your athlete do?
My trip was really good. I was sick the entire time I was there. So it was all I could do to drag myself out of bed and get to the warm-up area, give him some pointers, cheer him on, and then go back to bed. I didn't see anything of California. It rained the whole time we were there, except for the last day. But my guy got 9th place, top 10. There were 8 events, a lot of events, 4 days worth of work. He only had 2 finishes outside the top 10. As a rookie. Super
awesome.
impressive. And the workouts that we knew were going to be a struggle for him, handstand push-ups and bar muscle ups, were the 2 workouts that we knew he wasn't going to do well in. And those were the 2 that he got, 15th and 11th or something like that. Everything else, he was in the top 10. He got 4th place in one of the workouts. Crazy. Crazy.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was a super good time for him. He made out very, very well.
Awesome.
And I was telling them that my PT was competing. My friend Sean was competing. And then our listener, who's been a listener for a very long time, Amy Hill, who we actually met at the games. Amy and I did.
Yeah.
She competed there as well.
Mm-hmm. There were a lot of people that most people recognize me from MFC and would come up to me during the competition, be like, "Oh my gosh, Kat, I'm so glad you're not judging me." Those kinds of comments. And then a couple people recognized me from the show. Amy was one of them. So that was really cool. Such a great, environment to be in, and it's like a mini games. There's all these athletes around and beautiful bodies and lots of dogs. You saw my dog posts. Really cool equipment. And we should mention that RX Smart Gear launched their new Tsunami bag, which is like and I don't know if you already talked about this. If you did, stop me. But it's like a ruck bag, a sandbag with handles, but it's not sand, it's water. So you get all sort of like this stabilizing, trying to stay put there. It was a great implement. They kept it a secret until like 5 minutes before the competition started, the event started. It was great. It was a really cool thing to see, that product come to light and people get really interested in it. And they had a huge tent and tons of people were buying jump ropes all weekend. And Erica gave me a ride to the airport because the airport was right across the street from the hotel, but not really walking distance. There's like a highway in between. My flight was at 1:57 and Paul's last event started at 12:30. And it started late at like 12:37. And it was a 14-minute workout. And at, like 5:01, I'm running over to the RX Smart Gear tent going, "Erica, I'm ready to go. You need to take me to the airport." I actually checked my bag 2 hours earlier. I got a shuttle to the airport, checked my bag, took a cab back to the airport, got his warm up, watched his event, and then left.
So you got to meet Erica in person.
I got to meet Erica in person. She's gorgeous. Oh my God, she's so cute and very nice. Obviously, everybody's like, I didn't realize that they were all super local to San Diego. They all live in San Diego.
Yeah. I know that's where the headquarters is. And I know,
yeah,
but I didn't.
For some reason, I thought Dave was in like Northern California. I don't know why, but yeah, the whole gang was there. It was awesome. Hi, Murph.
Well, that's awesome.
Molly on. I have another dog over here. It's Tweedledee and Tweedledum, but I can't it's my parents' dog. They're having a play date.
I took Bumper to the gym today and he was so confused about what was happening. Like we get there and he's just looking at me like, all right, why are we here? What are we doing? Like, am I going to the vet? Is someone going to examine me? Do I need to get a bath? Like where, because the only two times he leaves the house for to get a bath or go to the vet. And man, he was just like a nervous wreck the whole time. I'm like vacuuming and he's just following me around. And I finally brought him back home. I was like, you're not having any fun. He was panting the whole time, just like a nervous wreck.
Well, there was no ice maker for him.
Right. I know. He's not a gym dog.
So I don't think there's really much else in the CrossFit news. I'm assuming you didn't get a ton of fitness in laying in a hotel bed all weekend.
Oh my gosh. No, I got like 8 COVID tests and like 80 gallons of NyQuil and DayQuil. That was about it. And I did get crumble cookies. I did get those because, me and Sydney Wells have to commiserate and exchange flavor reviews. So that's what we did.
So I have to say, I ran our numbers today on our episodes.
Yeah.
Because I figured out how to do it with reports instead of by hand.
Mm-hmm.
So I just was playing around with it today. Sydney is our 4th biggest episode ever.
She's my girl.
That was just a surprise to me.
Yeah. She and I talk cookies all the time. Every week we check in with the flavors and give each other reviews. It's mostly her giving me reviews because I don't have a crumble cookie near me, but it's probably better that I don't.
Yeah, that was her first ever podcast and it's done really well for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's great. She's a sweetheart. Today is her mom's birthday. It's Lisa's birthday. And did we talk about Dan and Alex getting engaged?
We did not.
Okay, because that's pretty awesome. Big news in the CrossFit
It is very,
world.
very, very big news. And I love that they keep quoting the elevator story that we found and surprised her with on our show. And I'm going to try to find that clip and put it out there to congratulate them. But yeah, I sent her a message today that I just love that they keep sharing the elevator story. But yeah, it's so cute. They're a perfect couple.
I was totally surprised. I mean, excited, but surprised when I saw it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how long they've officially been dating, and maybe people think like it's quick or something, but I think when they're both,
In their 30s.
yeah, they know what they're looking for and, have been looking for a while now. And I think it's just awesome when kind of like when you know. And she said that in an Instagram post today that when she met him, after the crush and all that, and she actually met him, she knew that she was going to marry him. So I just think it's really cool.
Yeah, I think she said he reached out to her in October of 20.
Excuse me.
On Instagram, and that's how. And then they went on their first date, and she knew.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been over a year.
Yeah.
They just didn't tell people till Valentine's Day of this year.
Yeah. There she goes. Drug it up.
Chugging the NyQuil.
That's a little too early for DayQuil. Is that NyQuil or DayQuil? Okay.
You're on mute.
Yeah.
Never too early for a good time.
You're still on mute, but you can keep doing that if you want to, Kat.
No, I said I still have like 2 more hours of coaching, so
Oh,
I gotta go with the non-sedative, and then I'll just take the next dose too close to this dose, and I'll sleep really well.
Okay, great. Hope you wake up.
It'll be good. It'll be okay.
Well, go ahead.
Got the new Whoop.
Me too.
Oh, you guys suck.
Yeah, and guess what? Braden Shear got his new Whoop too, and he's like definitely not like a legacy member, but yeah, got it. I don't love it, but I got it. I'm not even like used to it yet.
Yeah, I'm not.
And I haven't had a Whoop for months, so I'm like, today was my first day of sleep performance, and I don't know what's new.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was going to say something,
Sorry.
And now it's gone.
Well, now I'll have results for you guys on our team, on our Clydesdale Fitness and Friends team, because you've seen nothing from me in the last 3 months because I haven't been wearing one.
And Amy Sprinks is coming home Friday night, just so you know.
Okay, well, maybe we'll resolve our conflict.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can talk about what's coming up on the show.
Yeah.
So next week will be our last live week until after the first of the year. As that is, we're going to take a 2-week break. But next week we will, so tomorrow, this will be out on Wednesday. So on Thursday,
Yeah.
we will be releasing our story with Amy Bream.
Yay.
And Amy led that interview, and it is so good. So good.
She's funny. She's cool.
If you don't know who that is, watch ESPN for just a couple minutes, and you'll see her face on a commercial, as she is one of the inspirational pieces they use for the ESPNW ad. She is missing one of her legs all the way up to her hip, and she competed at the CrossFit Games in the adaptive division. And there was an event where she struggled, knew she was going to struggle going in, but did something she never thought she'd do. And all the competitors ran over to hug her. She started crying. It was just a great moment from the games. And she talks about that moment and kind of what led up to that and what that moment did for her and what she wants to do going forward. So that's an awesome interview. Then Monday, we have the Chief,
Yeah.
Chief Keef, back for his 3rd visit with us. And we got some interesting questions asked to him, which I think surprised him a little bit on some of them, which is always cool to kind of see him think on his feet and have
He's
a
a
good
wealth
discussion.
of knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's pretty cool. So we'll have that next week. And then we will finish with a live roundtable on Tuesday. And then we'll do one more Clydesdale Chronicles on that Thursday. And then we were done for the year. And then we have some big stuff coming after the first of the year, which we will announce as we get closer to that. But with that, thank you to all of our sponsors. And we may have a few more of those to announce after the first of the year. Thank you to our sponsors, RX Smart Gear. Don't forget that code Clydesdale15, all caps at checkout, to get 15% off your RX Smart Gear jump rope. And then Element 26, really cool company, really innovative. I've said this once, I'm going to say it again. We are with 2 of the most innovative companies in the business. That tsunami thing looked brutal.
Mhm.
Brutal. And I remember what I was going to say earlier. I was going to give Dave crap because he did not even hint at that when we had him on about upcoming things that they have coming out. But that looked brutal. And I cannot imagine sloshing water on your back and trying to move and walk or run or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2 of the most innovative companies, element26.co. Tell them Clydesdale and Friends sent you, and rxsmartgear.com. They're the best. And with that, make sure you hit that notifier. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you know all the latest episodes that are coming out, as well as the like button, because we want to know what you think in the comment section as well. There you go. And with that, we'll see you next time on the Clydesdale Fitness and Friends.
Bye.
See ya.
Thanks for jumping on, Kat.
Yeah, no worries. Like I said, I was